Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain.
I can't hear you.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? Adam and Talia World. Now get your hands on me, booty. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Adam and Talia World. Thank you for joining me today. Don't forget to like this video, comment below, let me know what you think about my analysis of the matches and the pay-per-view itself, and subscribe right here. Just click this button to help me out. I appreciate it so much. Alright, so this is Clash of Champions 2017. This is the results video. I'm going to go through the matches, tell you what I thought about the pay-per-view, and at the end, we will declare a winner for predictions. First match, we got Mojo Rawley versus Zack Ryder. Their feud started a couple weeks ago, several weeks ago. Nothing fancy. Like I said, Mojo was telling Zack Ryder at one point, like, show me your killer instinct. And apparently Zack Ryder doesn't have it because he lost to Mojo Rawley. Nothing really too great about this match. That's the reason why I was on the kickoff show and not the actual pay-per-view. But like I said, it was but that one's hopefully over now. Match number 2 was for this bad boy, the United States Championship. We had Baron Corbin, the former champion, Dolph Ziggler, the current champion, and Bobby Roode, the glorious Bobby Roode, competed for the United States Championship. It was funny because almost at the, it was a cool match back and forth. They're all really good workers, or decent. Talking about Baron Corbin. But at the very end, it almost happened exactly like I predicted. At one point where Bobby Roode gave Dolph Ziggler the glorious DDT, and then he still goes to pin him, but Baron Corbin goes to throw him out, and Bobby Roode spins him out, and then he throws Baron Corbin out. I was like, oh shoot, Bobby Roode's going to win. And he goes to pin him, and Dolph Ziggler kicks out, I believe. But then at the very end, Baron Corbin was going to give the end of days to Bobby Roode, and at the last second, Dolph Ziggler comes up, boom, gives him a zigzag, so everybody got a finisher done to him except for Dolph Ziggler. Then he rolls up Baron Corbin, pins him 1, 2, 3, and new United States Champion Dolph Ziggler. This was probably my favorite result of the entire night because I did not see this happening at all, and that's the one thing that WWE fans love. We love experiencing stuff that we don't see ahead of time, like this whole Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar thing that's been in the books for over a year now, and everybody's like, oh, that's going to be WrestleMania. There's no excitement to it. There was excitement to this because Dolph Ziggler's a great worker, and sure, the United States Championship is not the WWE Championship, but it is still a championship. He's been there for a long time. He earned it. He deserved it, and I'm glad he's got it. I'm not saying he's going to keep it forever. He's probably going to lose it on Tuesday, but the fact that they gave him the win shows, like, just excitement and the fact that you don't know what's going to happen, so I gave it 2 thumbs up. The third match was for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. You had the current champions, the Usos, versus the New Day. There's the belt up there. I love that bad boy. And you had Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin, the American Alpha 2.0, and Rusev and Aiden English. At the very beginning of this match, there were people flying everywhere. You had Kofi jumping over the ropes, and you had one of the Usos jumping off the rope. And then at one point, the other Uso was going to jump off the rope, off the turnbuckle, I guess, off the turnbuckle into the flat part, the bottom. And then Shelton Benjamin comes up, grabs him. He throws the Uso 3/4 of the way across the ring. That had to hurt. I don't know how they do that. Like I said, anybody that says that wrestling's fake and is not a sport, my ears are close to you. But then it got kind of weird because you had 2 teams versus 2 teams. We had you had Rusev and Aiden English. They were beating up the Usos, and they were kind of hurting them over on one side of the ring. And then you had Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable. They were beating up the New Day on the other side, and they would do moves to the other team, and the other one would do another move to another team member, and then like one side would go to pin, like say Rusev would go to pin, and then Shelton Benjamin would come over and kick him, like, hey, come on, man, don't do that. As they kept going back and forth, kind of a lull, like a slow part, whatever, I guess. Then it started to pick up. Rusev and Aiden English had like a minute or so where they were in charge, which was pretty cool. You can see the crowd getting behind them. And Rusev got the accolade on Big E, and he was like, looked like he's about to submit him. And the crowd was actually getting really high, like, yeah! And they were getting loud. And all of a sudden, Big E started like he was getting up, and you could actually hear people start booing in the crowd. So I'm still a big New Day fan, but it was really nice to see another tag team getting some cheers. Like I said, Rusev's great. Aiden English he's all right. He's Eddie Guerrero's son-in-law, so bet you a lot of people didn't know that. But it was a good showing. It was a good showing for Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin. I said Chad Gable was suplexing everybody. Everybody was saying like, oh, he's the new Brock Lesnar with all the suplexes. hold on there, pump the brakes. And then you also had, it was great for Rusev and Aiden English because they're not, I said, Rusev was big one time and then he kind of dropped down. I don't know if it's because his hair and Vince McMahon didn't like him, so I was like, all right, your push gone. And Aiden English has never been a huge, I said, but it was nice to see people were cheering for him, so that's always good. But in the end, the Usos, they pushed Chad Gable in the corner, I believe, rolled him over, kicked him, the other Uso tagged the other Uso, then he, I think he did a body splash, I can't remember exactly, but he splashed or whatever. And he pinned him, 1, 2, 3, and still your SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions, the Usos. Match number 4, this was for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. You had Charlotte Flair versus Natalya. It was a lumberjack match, so you had all the women on the outside. This one was kind of weird. If you look at the whole match, Natalya was pretty much beating up Charlotte for most of the match, but then if you've seen it already, you know Charlotte ends up winning. But it was kind of weird because the lumberjacks would beat up Charlotte and not Natalya because Natalya was the bad guy and they're all bad guys or girls, whatever you want to call it. It's not being sexist. But one thing I found was weird was like Charlotte jumped over the ropes or something at one point and she was beating, she landed on Ruby Riott. So of course Ruby Riott and her friends started beating up Charlotte, and then all of a sudden Lana, Tamina, and Carmella come over and they beat up the Riott squad, Riott whatever. And they beat them up, and then they start, so they can beat up on Charlotte, and then the other girls, the Riott squad, they start beating up Lana, Tamina, and Carmella, and I'm like, wait, hold on. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Why would you beat up somebody who's already beating up somebody? Let them beat them up, and then you beat them up. And then later on in the match, they did the same thing. Charlotte went out, and then the girls started beating up each other. It's like, wait, you're on the same team. Like it didn't make any sense to me. Like I said, I think it was reversed around where the Carmella and all the other people were on one side, and then Lana, Carmella, Lana, and Tamina were on one side of the 4 sides, and the Riott girls came over and they started beating up and they started fighting. It's like, if you really want to fight each other, you don't have to wait for Charlotte to get outside the ring to beat each other up. You can do that whenever you want. But during all this chaos, of course, at one point, which was kind of cool, I thought, oh, maybe I'm going to get it right on this one. Carmella was going to cash it in, and I think Ruby Riott like hit her or something and threw her out, so she didn't get to cash in. She was trying to pull a Seth freaking Rollins from WrestleMania 31 and cash in and win. So good for you almost, but you didn't get it. One thing I did notice is I'm always scared to death when Charlotte does that moonsault off the top rope of the turnbuckle onto the flat, because like I've seen before people put all that weight down when they land and their leg snaps. Like, it's going to happen one of these days, but she didn't do it. But she totally missed the girls when she landed. She basically just did a backflip and landed on her feet and just kind of trust fell into them. So like it took out like 6 people. You can't do that. One person cannot push over 5 or 6 people. If you're going to do it, she needs to land closer to them. She needs to flip and like land on her stomach and like everybody catch her. But I realize they're just women and they don't want to get hurt. Whatever, it's still scary though. Let's see. It was just kind of weird. Like I said, but at the end, after Natalya beat up Natalya beat up Charlotte for so long, then Charlotte gets around. I believe she DDTs her. Then she twists her around, gets her in the figure 8, and Natalya taps in no time. Even though Charlotte was in a sharpshooter for the longest time, I was like, oh, she's gonna actually lose right now. I'm gonna get prediction right. But Charlotte won. And then at the end, Natalya looked like she might be quitting. I don't know if she's quitting for good or temporarily or what she's doing. Maybe she's hurt and she needs to get some surgery, but she said, you've turned your back on me and I'm going to turn my back on you. She left the ring kind of crying. Everybody's like, nah, 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 hey, 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 goodbye. And so that's kind of sad if she is leaving, because I said she's a good worker. Not a big Natalya fan, but she is a wrestler and she puts her life out on the line, her health and everything every day. So you got to hand it to her. But if this is the end, that'll be bad for her. Match number 5. This was the Bludgeon Brothers versus Breezango. So the Breezango guys were trying to figure out for the longest time who was destroying their rooms and beating them up and tying them up and everything else. Come to find out it's the Bludgeon Brothers, and they finally built up all this time like, yes, the good guys can go against the bad guys and they can beat them. Not even close. They beat the heck out of Tyler Breeze. Like, he didn't even, I don't think he even got tagged in. If he did, he was in there for just a little bit. And so Fandango got beat up for the most part, like for inside the ring, while Tyler Breeze was beat up on the outside. And long story short, Bludgeon Brothers win. Luke Harper and Eric Rowan are your winners. The 6th match, this was the Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn trying to keep their jobs while they're fighting against Nakamura and Randy Orton, with special guest referees Shane McMahon and newly added Daniel Bryan. We all knew there was going to be some controversy here, and what was going to happen. Was somebody going to turn, or like was Shane going to turn completely heel, or was Daniel Bryan going to turn completely heel, or what was going to go on? Well, we know. It was kind of funny because at the beginning, like Shane was counting the pin. He go 1, 2, and Daniel Bryan do it at the same time, and then Shane's like, hold on, no. Let's put a line down the middle. I'm on this side, you're on that side. If something happens on this side, I'll be the referee. If something happens on this side, you be the referee. They were going back and forth. I said, it was a good match. Like I said, they're all really good workers. Not the biggest fan of Shinsuke Nakamura, but whatever. I even have one of his shirts, so I can't hate him that much. And I have his Funko Pop. But they go on, and at one point, Randy Orton gets the RKO on Sami Zayn. He goes to pin him, and Shane's going 1, 2, and then Kevin Owens runs in, pushes Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan falls on Shane, and he's like, oh, guys. And then they're like, what's wrong with you? What are you doing? And Randy Orton was getting pissed because, of course, Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan have that history. And Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan are kind of butting heads right now. And he's like, hey, man, I didn't do it on purpose. And they go back and forth. And then at one point, Sami Zayn's being rolled up by Sami Zayn is rolling up, I believe, Randy Orton and Shinsuke Nakamura. And Shane goes, 1, 2. And he keeps his hand up, and Daniel Bryan's like, hey, that's not cool. You're supposed to be fair and call it right down the middle. And Shane's like, hey, I can do whatever I want. And then, what's his name? And then there was a little bit more confusion at the very end. And so Daniel Bryan was right there next to it, and Sami Zayn rolls up, I believe, Shinsuke Nakamura. And Daniel Bryan runs down and goes, 1, 2, 3. And Shane tries to stop him, but he can't do it because he misses him. Of course, it's on purpose. But he misses him. So then Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn win. And at the very end, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and Daniel Bryan were standing at the top of the ring. So you can only find out. We'll only know what's going to happen on Tuesday on SmackDown Live to see what Shane McMahon's going to do to Daniel Bryan. It was cool seeing Daniel Bryan back in the ring. He got up on the turnbuckle, did the yes. That was nice. Got a little bit of goosebumps when that happened because I'm a big Daniel Bryan fan. And it's always nice to see him wrestle, but I don't want to see him wrestle because he's got a cute little baby. He's got Bree as a wife. He does not need to harm himself. He had a fantastic career. Became WWE champion. That's more than a lot of people can say. And he needs to just stay as a referee or general manager and not wrestle. But overall, it was a decent match. Let's say it wasn't great. The ending happened exactly like I thought as far as Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn were not going to get fired. And we all know in wrestling business, even if you do get fired, that just means you take some time off and then you come back later, or you go to Raw if you're on SmackDown. But that was the 6th match. The 7th and final match of the pay-per-view of Clash of Champions was AJ Styles versus Jinder Mahal for the WWE Championship. As you can see, it's got the red swoosh. His has the red swoosh again, no longer the black swoosh. I don't know what that was all about. This match played out a lot like the Natalya versus Charlotte match for the WWE Championship, where the bad guy, I guess you could say, Natalya or Jinder, beats up on the good guy, Charlotte or AJ, for most of the match. But at the end, AJ still won, and so did Charlotte. They even had the Singh brothers interfere. I don't know. I know it's wrestling. I know it's not real, and I know that, I know it's predetermined. But I just feel like, I don't know. Maybe because I'm a grown man, and it doesn't make sense to me. And little kids, like, it's more story for them. But I don't understand how a referee can let people like the Singh brothers come out to the ring with them, knowing that they're going to interfere. They're pulling Jinder Mahal out of the ring when he's going to get pinned, doing all this kind of stuff. They shouldn't let him be that close. I said, if that does happen, you kick him out, and then they're done with him. But AJ was able to fight off the Singh brothers and Jinder Mahal. He even got the Colossus like once or twice. He almost got it from the top of the top rope in the turnbuckle, but he kicked out, got away from that. I said it was a good match. I said AJ Styles is great, but I said it was just weird seeing AJ get thrown around all that time. Like kind of like when he fought Brock Lesnar, he just got beat up the whole time. Except Brock Lesnar won, and on this one somehow Jinder Mahal lost because of the calf crusher. I mean, I know he was going to town on his leg at the beginning, so he's kind of limping, and but the thing is, I said AJ got beat up way more than Jinder, which is good for Jinder because it shows like, hey, you can beat up somebody, but at the end you can't finish it. You know what I mean? He's like, all right, you beat him up all this time, but then when it really counts and you get the pin or submission, you can't really do it. So I don't know where Jinder's going to go from here. AJ's going to go onward and upward. He's probably going to fight whoever wins the Royal Rumble at WrestleMania, because I doubt they're going to take it off of him between now and then. And if they do, they'll probably throw it right back on him. I have no idea who's going to win the Royal Rumble at this point, but we will find out in about a month. Okay, so overall, this pay-per-view, I would give it a, I give it a B-. It was a good match, a good pay-per-view. I said nothing too fantastic, to be honest with you. I said it seriously just felt like a SmackDown Live on steroids where they had to defend all the belts. I said nothing too crazy happened. Like I said the Daniel Bryan, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn thing, kind of a twist, but we all knew that was kind of happening. I actually thought at the end of AJ Styles versus Jinder Mahal, someone was going to come out and beat up both of them, and then there's going to end in a disqualification because whoever interfered. But that didn't happen. It was just straightforward. Just AJ got beat up more, but then Jinder Mahal submitted. I said it was all right. Hopefully the Royal Rumble will be better because it has the Royal Rumble. Everybody loves the Royal Rumble. Got all kinds of people showing up. You don't know who's going to win, who's going to lose, what have you. But that is Clash of Champions 2017. Now, onto our winner of predictions. I want to say thank you to everybody who competed. I believe there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people competed. 9 people competed. And the winner is with 6 points. We have a 3-way tie. So that means a third of you won. Congratulations. That would be Miguel Angel, the Beast Incarnated, with 2 exclamation points, and Tom Danger. Tom Danger called it, said he's going to win, but he tied it with 2 other people. So you didn't lose, Tom Danger, but you didn't win by yourself. But congratulations to you 3 guys. I appreciate all 9 of you for competing. Gives me something fun to do. I like to see who gets close and whatever. Like I said, I believe y'all all beat me. I don't even remember what my score was, to be honest with you, but I don't think I got 6 out of 7 correctly. So congratulations to you 3 guys. I appreciate everybody for competing and playing along with me and watching the pay-per-view and watching this video. And that is it. Like I said, don't forget to like this video, comment below about the pay-per-view and about my video about the pay-per-view, and subscribe. Little Gomer Pile for you. That's it. Peace.